Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live. Crossfire, we got Arc, we got VOX. This is a surprise match. We got some great news for everybody, some big announcements. Um, I'm just super excited. It's been a crazy 3 or 4 days. There's been some change. One thing about change, though, is the Play Dead Live community. This group has been together, well, I mean, almost 4 years playing the game, but even beyond that, with gaming and Walking Dead and a whole lot of other stuff. And just some wild things happened the last 3 or 4 days. So I got to start the stream, and I definitely got to get you guys all up to speed with that. Before I get too far into it, though, let me give some super chat shout outs. I see Bones in the house. Do your best at doing your worst. We'll talk about that because this is a surprise match. Those of you that are new that are watching, one thing that changed the last couple seasons is we can have a field, we can play, but we have these specialty type of matches, whether it's a red wedding or a surprise match. Tonight's really cool. This might be one of my new favorite style of matches, so it always changes it up. Kind of like we used to do with home field advantage back in the day. We got Valar in the house. Hello, 99 Army Kills, great mods, channel members, PDL players, trivia, sponsors, Box, Burn Coin, and I see Mr. Freeze there. A lot of our green team, big shout out to all of you guys. Trivia is going to be back tomorrow. I know trivia has been a favorite. We got our cool trivia group, and then of course Friday night we got our story, and then this weekend, pretty big weekend because it is an inventory weekend, and part of the reason why I'm excited is because we've got some players either in factions or to come back. And I think this is the perfect time because we just went through a purge and a compression. So a lot of those big stats that have been up on gear, they've sort of been nerfed down to where you guys that played 3 years ago, you'll know that when you had a weapon that was D10 and H8 and all of those things, well, those are kind of back, and you'll see the gear tonight. So let me start by doing this, and I know you guys are going to go a little bit crazy and some shout outs. So number one, look, not I'm transparent with you guys. Not every experiment works out. Sometimes people are in factions and things change, and we don't know why. It's just things happen and they happen. So when I'm doing the shout outs tonight, big shout out Crimson Tide over in Team VOX. You're probably going to see her tonight. I can't unveil the lineups, but there's a good chance you'll see Crimson and VOX tonight. We also got, you guys remember Irish Dave, been involved in the trivia, a longtime Walking Dead fan. Irish Dave over in Sly. He's going to be learning the ropes. He'll get in there eventually. So more to come on that. We got the original OG Ninja, Mist, in the house. Mist messaged me a while back and said, Ark has claimed me. And I will tell you, last night we did a call, and Mist, super happy to have you back where you belong with Team Ark. And this is kind of a big deal. I mean, I got to tell you guys, one of the longest time supporters with Walking Dead and the channel has always been Will to Bill. And Will to Bill, you guys saw him up there a little bit earlier, watching the matches. Will to Bill is back in Sly, everybody. Ray was freaking out. Well, I wouldn't say freaking out. Ray's always super chill, but Ray's like, the Outlaws are back, baby. So, we're seeing kind of our group. We stray, sometimes we stray away from each other, and then we're back because this is what family is all about. So really excited to see all of you guys and how the game has changed, right? So, everybody might not be in tip-top shape right away. The game has changed, and because the game has changed, we got to do some teaching and some helping and getting people, could be new grenades or whatever, get people kind of back on their feet. So once we get inventory done, I'm just going to ask you guys, no trades, no upgrades, any of those things until you get your inventory on Sunday, and I'll be sending out inventory to everybody. I got about 24 hours worth of work to do that, and I will I'll get everybody, their inventory will be in their hand by Sunday. So that's going to be really awesome. And then, over the next couple weeks, it's going to feel like a new season. All right, one thing that we do, let's take a look at the stats. So not everybody's where they want to be. It's been an interesting season, but one thing about it is Mir is hot again. Mir didn't get off to a super fast start, but man, oh man, the last 7 games, they have been crushing it. Mir back up to 9-4, still Ark has a better win percentage. So, if Ark wins tonight, Ark goes back into first place. If VOX wins tonight, Mir is in first place. You can see the schedule over on the right. This is a pick 3 match, which means what you're doing with PCP points. What PCP points are, for those of you new, is they're ways to kind of score extra points. And there's Irish Dave in the house. And you can siege areas, you can occupy areas, you can take down walls and get gold bars. So there's about 13 PCP categories that we chart as well. And they're just ways for you guys to get bonus points. And tonight, with the surprise match, but each team has done is they've secretly messaged me and said, we don't want them to get PCP points for this category, and this category. Now, this was one of the most fun matches that we did, because you play the game and it's unveiled at the end like, oh, you didn't get any points for these 3 categories. So it's a little bit of a kind of messing with people's mind a little bit. It is wild. All right, with that being said, can I ask you guys one more question? We got all of our regulars, we got new people, we got veterans. It's a certain night, and Trigger's Army and our group, you know, Chris, Patty, Seth, Mike, Amon, Chad, it is a certain night. Like Ranger Chris says, Trigger, what night is tonight? What do we do when we play Dead live? I know you know. I think chat just froze up when I asked that question. You guys help her out. Somebody help her out. What is tonight? It is date night, baby. It is date night. It is the night. I think a few people got kicked out of chat, so they're back. YouTube just did what YouTube does sometimes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. It is, and that's if you guys don't know, Ranger Chris, amazing fan, and he goes a little nuts when we tell him it's date night. All right, I'm going to take you guys. You see the schedule next week. You see who's playing, where they're playing. And we've got Monday night. We got Mir traveling back here to VOX. We got Ark traveling to Sly. That's always a good rivalry. And then we got a massacre-style match August 14th, August 16th. So those are your next few matches. All right, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Leaderboard of those PCP categories. What do PCP stand for? Player control points. These are like vanity points, but they do help your team. So right now, top bombers in the game. We got Dow with 5 gold bars. Kel, Julia with 4. Samurai, Moonshot, Deadly Dimes all with 3. DZ points. JJ has jumped up into the lead. JJ having a crazy all-star season. She's up there doing a lot. JJ with 1,090. But the defending defender of the year, Crimson Tide, 890. And then you can see the rest of the pack there. Range Rover, Julia and Deadly Dimes. Julia's about a 60-point lead, leading that category. Moonshot, not too far behind. Submarines, JJ also doing the wave, everybody. 8 times for 200 points. Second place, we got Crimson, and then we got Valar as well. Cannonball bonus, that's for jumping in the tank. Justice, 10 cannonballs. B-Dub, Craven Light, tied for second. Temple, if you occupy the temple for 5 rounds, you get a golden orb. Justice has been the king of that, 700 points. B-Dub and Dow right there as well. Page 2. The Ace Award. You get in the turret, you get in the sentry gun, and we got Animal Joe. He was having a blast last night, literally. And Samurai, or I'm sorry, Monday night, having a blast. And then you can see Shaman Sheila with 7 points. We've got Gemstone, Pope, and Father Ron, all with 2 ruffled feathers. Stealth Bombers, Dow and JJ. JJ again, top of a leaderboard. Ron with the Surrender Award so far. Watchtower, JJ again. Craven, you see a theme here? I told you guys, JJ has it working this season. Go to Strawman. Crimson Tide, only person with more than one. Crimson Tide with 3 Strawman. That's the 6th one that you like. Ocean Man with the Grand Theft Auto and the Spyglass. And then we got Kel with the Shattering Stone. So very big shout out to all of our leaders in different categories. And Ron, something else we do tonight, and we give away a pack for our next box event, which is going to be next Thursday night. Still doing box events in full effect. So here's what I need. And this is Dave. This is Will. This is all of Sly. All of Mir. Give me a number from 1 to 20. If you're here and you represent Sly and you represent Mir, the only 2 teams that can roll are teams that are not playing. And we're going to roll a 20, and one of you guys is going to win a pack for free, just for putting a number in chat. All right. I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds to roll them. Justice has been winning this a lot. His numbers come up quite often. All right, there's our 20. 20-sided die on the board. I'm rolling them. Who's going to take tonight's pack? Number 8. Did anybody pick number 8? They did not. I'm going to roll them again. Roll them until we get a winner. Number 10. Do it again. Number 11. Getting close. Fly Rod in the house. Fly Rod in the house. There it is. That's the way you guys do it. So, free pack just for hanging out, just for cheering, just for picking a number. Congratulations to Fly Rod as well. All right. I'm going to get to tonight's Epic Warm Bundle. And again, if you guys have not seen a Warm Bundle in a while, these things are absolutely jam-packed. And if you have not seen a sneak peek of the gear, we're closing out the Portal gear tonight, and we're adding a brand new set of gear. It is called Genesis Extreme. It is Gen X gear. So first of all, I'm going to take you guys, and remember, stats are going to change on items as of Sunday. So some of these items up on the board, the gems, they're going to be nerfed down to 1s and 2s. Start out with a silver, ASC Iron, Dragon Smoke, Rage, 5 post-battle pet revives, 2 Flexite, 2 Zircon, 2 of each of your waxes. Let's go to the red bundle. You know what? You know what I'm going to do tonight? I think if we can get everybody to put a 999 in chat, and there's a really good item in one of those in that green bundle, I might be inclined to do a double bottom bonus. And if we do that, that means everything on that bottom line is going to be doubled. All right, there we go. That's what we're talking. Look, we got old school players back. You guys light this thing up. All right. Red bundle, Curse Red, Krampus, Ravage, Combat Orbs, Red Summon Skins, Ravage. The bottom row right there, I'm giving you 2 Mag 7, 2 Super 8, 2 Hostile 9, 2 Terror 10. Go over to the gold. Curse Blue, Curse Sapphire, Secure, Curse Death Gem, Curse Defense Gem. Gold Summon Skins, bottom row, I'm going to give you 2 Gold Summon Skins, 2 Glyph of Carve, 4 Orange Crush, and I'm giving you 2 Immortal Skins. Green bundle, Energy Orb, Arrowhead, Spider Silk, Arc Ice, Stellar Skins, Bolster, and that's right, down at the bottom, 2 St. Elmo. That's your scoring grenade right there. If it hits, you get 10 points. 2 Diablo and 2 Heal Smoke. Take it up top, Mythic Skins, Colossal Skins, and the final piece of the Portal set, we are back to H6, D4, Base 3, AP1, and the activation there is Mass Destruction. And I'm going to tell you guys, I can't stop, and I'm not being vain because I created it, but I can't stop looking at this piece of gear and the color pattern. This is absolutely my favorite set of gear ever created. This is the Gen X, Genesis Extreme. And I love it. I love the background. I love the art. This is my favorite piece of gear ever created. And take a look at the last season stat compared to this one. H10, D7, B5, AP2. That means already the first piece of this gear is double the armor pen of the band. And we got a brand new ability, everybody. This is going to make it worthwhile. Now, remember, the first time you pick up a piece of gear in the Gen X set, if you have the portal, which every single person in this game does, even the new players have this portal set, but you don't have the abilities unlocked unless you have at least one piece of the current set. So to unlock those, you got to have a piece of this brand new Gen X gear. And then you get like 17 abilities unlocked. But the brand new ability we've never rolled out is called Max Cap. Now that means you go to cap somebody. Like, not cap a flag, like cap them, hit them, shoot them, stab them, whatever. If you, and this is not a DI, if you activate Max Cap, if the next opponent after you attacks your target, they cannot deal more than 50% of your max health or your max base. So that means if you're at 55% of either one of those categories and you got one of those big dogs up there with a badass weapon getting ready to hit you that might hit you for 60, 65%, the max they can cap you for is 50%. And that is for players and bosses only. Now, it doesn't affect Doomsday, because Doomsday would be 50%, but if a boss is at 55 and you're getting ready to light it up with a fuse or light it up with a law dog, and that law dog might have hit for 60, I'm only giving you 50% maximum damage. Keep in mind, if it's not scaling down, so if you're 40%, it's not 50% of that 40. It's above 50% of your max. So it's just a good way to maybe alleviate a little bit of that fear that somebody's going to one-shot you, because there's some super weapons in the game, and they're only going to get stronger. So Moonshot walking around with a loaded up D9 and getting ready to execute your boss, you're like, nah. You're going to hit it for 50%, but you ain't hitting it for 70%. So might give you an extra turn. It is from any single source. Any single source. So not the pet and the damage. It is the, first of all, pet's not going to hit anything for 50%. So you could probably narrow that down, Dow, and say it's probably going to be a shot or a physical attack. And it's only on players and its bosses. And this is the first ability of the brand new gear set. And there's going to be many more. So, Kel, we got we got a lot of people with these bundles tonight. So Kel might be typing for a minute. And then we're going to show you guys how we do it. We're going to show you guys starting lineups, who's playing. I got to tell you, man, these two factions, they're getting full. You're starting to see like screen of 8, 9, 10 people just kind of watching the game from the sidelines. So you don't know who's going to play, who's not going to play. I guess that's a strategy kind of itself. You get to look over and see the bench like you don't know tonight. Is Crimson playing? Is Cardinal playing? Is J-Law playing? Is Tim playing? Ron? Who? So you can prepare, but you can't prepare for everything. All right, here you go. Tonight, this is kicking off with the brand new gear, Gen X. So keep it in your notes. We got Crimson Tide. We got Mist, Deadly Dimes, B-Dub, Ron, Gemstone, Football, Flyrod, Cat, Julia, Craven, Busy, Moonshot, Dr. Die, Dow, Bone, Samurai, Trigger, Valar, Tiny, Problem Child, Justice Pope, JJ, Rajin, Amanda, Skylight, and Kel. That's probably a record, I think, in a new bundle of how much gear we got in circulation. So big thank you to all of you guys. Super, super humbled when you guys show up, you play, support the game. I can't say enough. Can't say enough about all of you guys. Our patron team, our green team, and it's the reason why we've been here almost 4 years. All right, thank you everybody. Let's get this thing going. So if you are the following players: Valar, Jim, Busy, Julia, Ron, Justice, Cat, and that's right, J-Law. You better believe it. See, J-Law is back. If you're one of those 8 players, I need your pre-match buffs. All right, see, J-Law, Busy, Justice, Ron, Jim, Valar, Julia, and I think I just who do I need? Mr. Freeze, Dow. That man is No, Dow's not even there. Never mind. It's going to be, I'm missing somebody, right? Oh, I'm missing Cat. Sorry. Dow's not starting. All right. I was going to say, a man has frozen so many walls, he changed his name to Mr. Freeze. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Take it down, everybody, to VOX Field. And this is a surprise match, which means 3 categories. You don't know. I'll unveil it at the very end. We got, look at that. We got players getting gear all over the place. We got Will to Bill, tonight's bundle. We got Deacon Dave. That's right. I know he's Irish Dave, but you're also Deacon Dave. And they are the 2 priests, 2 of the 3 priests in Team Sly, Will and Dave. All right, here we go, everybody. Take it down to VOX Field. Tonight's starting lineup is as follow. The speedy one. Oh, look at this. I already got like blocks for both teams. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Those blocks never happen. Let's reset them before we get into tonight's match. All right. The speedy one is going to be going first for Team VOX, and that is J-Law the Wall in the bomber position. And diagonal from J-Law, over in the top left-hand corner, you got Jimstone. Jimstone is the captain tonight. Jim is sieging, and J-Law is also sieging. After Jimstone, we got Justice right here in the tank zone. After Justice, we got Busy B over here in the DZ. After Busy, let's go over to Cat. Cat in the rover zone tonight. After Cat, we got Valar. Going last for Team VOX, we got the captain tonight, Messenger of the Lord, Father Ron. And then we got Julia in the rover position as the challenger. Dr. Dye will be the challenger on the other side, so obviously she's playing at some point. So look at all these icons over here that might be playing against you tonight for VOX. It's pretty nice, but look at all these icons over here that might be playing for ARC. One major change to the game, for those of you that have not played in a while, is we have implemented 20-second timers. It turns up the heat. It makes the game faster, and it makes you panic sometimes. So if you don't, I see Deacon Beach in the house too. We got another Deacon in the house. So the 20-second timers definitely speed up the game. And if you don't make the first timer, it's okay. The second timer is a nerf timer. And each time you miss the timer, your attacks get weaker. Timers are not challengeable. So, got to play, you got to make it happen, and here's the way it works, everybody. All right, let's kick this match off. Going first is J-Law the Wall. J-Law, 20-second timer starting now. That's pretty quick. That was 2 seconds. So J-Law obviously beat the timer. J-Law's going to head over to a brand new area called Fantasy Island. Now, Boston Main Street as well. Boston Main Street, she's playing Boston 1, Woodcap in 3. Now, J-Law, Ron, somebody from Team VOX, I want to know, do you want to take the mission or do you want to pass the mission? They're going to pass it. All right. Well, here it is. Team Arc, you have no choice but to take it. So Arc has until end of round 5 to accomplish all of these goals. So they're just going straight up in the blind. Fantasy Island, everybody. Team Arc, you have to do the following things if you want to unlock the Stealth Bomber. And if you don't, VOX is going to get it. Mission book. Team Arc, you must cause an avalanche at some point between now and the end of round 5. Got to kill 1 or more Kangs. And you'd have to be the first team to get to 6 straw man. If you don't get to 6 straw man, or if VOX got there first, then they would win the mission bonus. Avalanche, 1 or more Kangs, and the first to 6 straw men. J-Law, sneaky little maneuver there, forcing Arc to take the mission. All right, I'm going to kick it over to Gemstone. Jim, you got a 20-second timer. Jim beats the timer. She is going to move to their bomber zone all the way across the map, right there. And I guess I got to give you your icons, right? Jim moved so fast, she left her her siege. All right, we got it back. And she did beat the timer. Man, I have to call Jim speedy, quick as she moved there. She's going to drop Seal, Dark Boss to their chest. Let's seal her. Give her that Dark Boss. That Dark Boss could be worth an extra 25. Jim playing Boss in 1 with Cap in 3. Going to play a regular Enrage and Elmo to the Watchtower. Ron says it hits. Let's light up the first Watchtower, and Elmo is going to be worth 10 points. All right, I'm going to keep the game rolling. We got some fast players tonight. I'm going to take it over to Justice. Justice, 20 seconds for you from the tank zone. See if Justice can beat the timer. He does beat the timer. Nicely done, Justice. Stay hot. All right, going to get in the tank. Boss to their chest. Justice playing Boss over here. In 1 with Cap in 3. Justice jumping in the tank. Let's give him a cannonball, y'all. That's how you get the cannonballs. All you got to do is occupy the tank. There it is. Cannonball. If you get a cannonball and a feather, you unlock the sentry gun. Seal absorption, cadet to the temple, and a couple charges of mass destruction. All right, no movement though. He did get in the tank, boss to their chest, seal and absorption. A couple of buffs there. Cadet, and all good. Justice beat the timer. Let's go over to somebody that always beats the timer. How about the Queen Bee, Busy Bee? 20 seconds, Busy. Don't disappoint me now that I said you always beat the timer. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Her and J-Law, like a speed award. She's playing Rocky. Her signature pet is played. Gonna go Tigers to their wall. All right, Tigress is going to nerf that damage to the wall for 2 attacks, 2 hits. Gonna play a Seal, Enrage, Elmo to the Watchtower, and a little bit of mass destruction. All right, let's get busy that seal. Arc with a second Watchtower. Another Elmo. And all within the timer. Let's go over to Cat. Cat, 20 seconds for you from the Rover. Players playing fast. Keep it going. Cat beats the timer. Cat has been on fire lately. Couple really good signature moves the last couple matches. Cat's going to get in the Rover, go to the Temple Steps. All right, when she gets in the Rover, Chopper cannot be occupied. Let's put the Chopper up here out of the way. She does not want to go in the Temple, so she's going to go right there, just on the outskirts of the Temple. Let's also give Cat a tire. Now she's got a tire and a cannonball. They will get the Sentry in round number 5. Mythic Watcher, Seal, Elmo to the Watchtower, and more mass destruction. You guessed it. All right, Watcher. Watcher is going to increase the rage requirement for this particular Watchtower. Only that one. And it is a Mythic Watcher, so she's also going to score 20 points. All right, 1 second. $20 points, and the rage requirement is a frantic 5 for that particular Watchtower. So Rover, Temple Steps, Mythic Watcher, she gets the 20 points. Seal, and she's going to light up her own. Let's give her the Seal, and let's give her a Watchtower, and let's give them also an Elmo. Nicely done for Cat. All right. We're 50-50. I can't promise you that Villar's not drunk tonight. It's early. I'm assuming she's not. But I've been disappointed before. So we'll know by her first move and the amount of duplicate smoke she makes of whether or not she has been drinking early. All right. And she did post her move before I was ready for it. So I'm going to say there's an even stronger possibility that that just happened. All right. I'm going to let it stand, though, because you did beat the timer. All right. Villar is going to jump in the tank. She gets a cannonball. She's going to play Flourish Wand. So using the green wand, when she plays the green wands are out of play. You see the scoreboard up at the top. And we're going to put just a little absorption right there in case somebody wants to run through it. Put a red pirate on their sub. Keep Ron from releasing that one. Absorption Seal, Cadet with mass destruction. Puts out the Temple Flame. All right. Gets in the tank, Flourish Wand, red pirate to the sub, Absorption Seal, and also using a Cadet to put out the Straw Man. Well done, Villar. And we got 2 more moves this round until we go to round 2. Ron, 20-second timer for you. Ron beats the timer. He's like, you know what? I'll see your pirate and I'll raise you a pirate. Apparently, they should have just did a handshake and said, hey, guys, no subs tonight. Both teams playing pirate because they don't want the subs released. Ron with Seal. St. Elmo. And even more mass destruction. Jim says it hits. Let's give Ron that Seal. 2 Watchtowers to 2. And a second St. Elmo to a second St. Elmo. And last and certainly not least, our co-MVP from last season, Julia in the house. Julia, 20-second timer for you. Julia beats the timer. Going to play Mythic Vessel. That means she gets a Enrage. For her Rover, she also gets a Enrage this round, extra rage. Getting a tire, both teams with tires and cannonballs in round number 1. She is going to drive into the temple. Going last, she doesn't have to worry about getting waved. Sleet Wand. Sleet Wand is going to freeze that top block, the black block. Ice Wands are out of play. And she's going to sneak in a F4 Rapture. Ron says, you didn't sneak that in. I saw it. J-Law is going to prevent it. And there you go. Vessel, Rover, Sleet Wand, Pet Repel as well. And that's the end of round number 1, everybody. That's how we do it. It's going to be 6 more rounds of that, but a little bit different. At the end of the round, Cat rotates into the temple. That means Team VOX gets a blessing and Team Art gets a blessing. Busy Bee gets a halo. Ron gets a halo. Strawman 0-0. DZ 25-25. And really quickly, just getting the zones down for all of you guys. All right, we're going to go on to round number 2. J-Law from Fantasy Island. I'm going to give you 20-second timer. That was 1 second. Pretty fast. Maybe not her fastest, but it might be in her top 5. Mythic Kang to her boss. Put a Mythic Kang right there. J-Law playing Mythic Kang in round 1. I'm sorry, playing Mythic Kang. Could be worth 63. Seal and Thrill. Gold Spark Valar. Rage Elmo to the Watchtower with Mass Destruction. Let's light up Watchtower number 3. We'll give them that third one, and we'll reset it so they can do it 2 more times. Going to Gold Spark Valar. Make her a little smaller for her attack. Kang Seal, Gold Spark, Rage, and Mass Destruction. All good. Let's kick it over to Gemstone. Gemstone, 20 seconds for you. Beats the timer. Gemstone is going to move to their O-Zone. All right, this is a little bit of a haul, Jim. You got to go from the bomber, around the stairs, up to the DZ, and over to the O-Zone. And also, last round, Jim did dim their Dragonstone in the bomber zone. So I want to point that out. No legendary activations, no movement penalty. She didn't do enough to warrant a movement penalty. So I'll give her a Pet Repel. Gold Kang. Could be worth 55 for Jim if it caps. F5 Elmo with Mass Destruction. Both teams loading up the Mass Destruction. And she did meet the requirement to light Watchtower number 3. She'll need to meet it every time they get to that Watchtower. Not the other ones. And the Elmo. All right, after Gemstone, let's go over to Justice from the Tank Zone. 20 seconds, Justice. Got our fans out full force. I love seeing Tim, Deacon here, Will watching for Team Sly, Craven Light. You guys got a lot of support, a lot of people watching you play. Do them proud. Give them a good game. We got Justice going to the Temple Steps. Let's move him up just a little bit. Mythic Kang to J-Law's boss. Justice, possible 63 right there. Pet Repel. F4 Trixie. It's going to break that sleet block. And over to Rocky. F4 Trixie is going to kill Rocky. Sorry, it's Mythic. It's still dead. Busy will shed a tear, losing Rocky this early in the game. And going to hinder Julia to give her a -2. A little bit of a nerf there. Temple Kang, Pet Repel, Trixie, breaks a block, kills a Rocky, and then a hinder over to Julia. Well done. Justice. Busy. They did not like Rocky being out. You got a 20-second timer. Busy beating a timer. Busy playing Gold Kang as well. Could be worth 55 for Busy. Busy, give me a target. I mean, I think I know, but all right, Busy moving in range, so she's going to move from the DZ to the no zone. And, yeah, Ron. T10, Super Thrill, 13, Cluster S16. And she's calling it a God Super Thrill. I mean, I didn't know there was a higher version of Super Thrill, but Busy has her own. The Super Thrill and then the God Super Thrill. Gold Blue from Father Ron. All right, Gold Blue. First time we've seen a blue tonight. And it is going to break Busy's seal. Busy was certainly bringing the heat there and putting the pressure on. I love it. All right, speaking of bringing the heat, putting the pressure on, how about Cat? 20-second timer, Cat. We got Cat, Villar, Ron, Julia, and then we got some subs coming in. Cardinal Chad in the house. Timer is up. Barely beat the timer. Cat's going to move to tank zone. Her own tank zone. She gets right there. Mythic Kang to J-Law's boss. Could be worth 63. A little bit of Dragon Smoke. That way we can preserve that Dragon Stone right there. E3 Elmo to the Watchtower, and Julia's max hindered at -4. She cannot go above the -4. All right, let's light Watchtower number 4. We reset them, so number 1 is now 4. And an Elmo. Tank Zone, Mythic Kang, Dragon Smoke, E3, and a hinder. All legal, all good. And let's go over to Villar, 20-second timer, V. V on the money there, look at that. She's going to move to the Temple Steps. Put you right there. Vines to Ron. Gold Scold to Ron. Blue Spark herself and an F5 Snowstorm and hinder Justice. Target for the Snowstorm. Ron, you got Vines and Scold coming at you. And then you got a Snowstorm. Obviously headed. Well, I'll let her clarify where the Snowstorm is headed. Ron says, wait. And correct. Going to the wall. Snowstorm to the wall. All right, Ron. J-Law's going to pawn if the Vines and a red-blue by Justice. All right. Pawn if the Vines means that Ron's seal doesn't break. Scold hits Ron, then breaks the seal. So they do not get a flame for it. Villar does get a second absorption from Scold. She's got stacked absorption, level 2. Then a red-blue from Justice, second blue of the game, and that is going to get rid of one of Villar's 2 absorptions. She got it, and then she lost it that quickly. All right, we got 2 more moves in the second round. Ron, 20-second timer. Ron and then Julia. And we're going to bring in some subs for you guys in round 3. Beats the timer. After Ron beats the timer, he goes Mythic Kang to J-Law's boss with a pet repel. Get another Mythic Kang up there. Could be worth another 63. F4 Trixie to the Kangs. Going to divert red. He's going to play an absorption. Jim says, wait. All right. Arc. Give us a response on what we're waiting on. Red Tanner, double red Tanner's Ron. Take both these out of play. Arc is out of Tanner's, but a nice save there to save the Kangs. And Ron's going to lose his absorption with 1 red Tanner. And Ron, you'll take 10 from the other one. I got Ron sitting at 90 points. All right. Ron going to absorb 1 and take the other one, which is going to keep him at 100 points. Julia, final move of round 2. All right, Julia going to play Stonehenge. This wall has a tigress on it. Julia's pet is going to nerf, not nerf, it's going to put an absorption on block number 1 and the final block, whichever ones are visible, the first and the last. Going to move over to the DZ. Going to drop seal, S6 snowstorm loaded to the wall, and a -4. All right, she is -4 hindered, but she has a rage from her vehicle. But the snowstorm effect, S6 going to be 2, 3, S3 snowstorm. Ron says, wait. Justice going to intervene and stop the snowstorm shot. Definitely got a pressure campaign going on. Team Arc bringing the heat. VOX has a lot to slow down. Stonehenge is good. Moves to the DZ, good. Seal, although it will be for nothing because we'll have elevation. S6 snowstorm and a hinder for Justice. All right. Captains, give me your 3rd round subs. Julia getting a halo. Ron getting a 2nd halo. Valar rotating into Temple. Justice rotating into the Temple. Blessing for Justice and Vox. Blessing for Valar. DZ is 25-25. Strawman 0-0. Jim Dim the Ozone with a siege. All right, trigger coming in for J-Law. All right, super speedy J-Law, nicely done. Let's put trigger over here in the bomber zone. Skylight coming in for Busy. Let's move Busy over here. And we'll put Skylight in the DZ. All right, everybody, the order is going to be Trigger, Jim, Justice, Sky, Cat, Valar, Ron, and Julia. So before we get to Trigger's turn, I do want to cap this boss, and this boss is going to cap with 4, count them, 63-point Kangs. That's 252 spot, plus the first flag of the game. That's about a 500-point score right there. And walls are 1-0. All right, we got pre-match buffs. You see Trigger, you see Skylight. And let's go to round 3, everybody. Trigger, you got 20 seconds starting now. No players have missed the timers yet. I'm not trying to jinx us. I'm just saying they're all playing fast. Trigger is not the first either. She beats the timer. We've never had a game where every player's made every timer. Luna Lamp to Justice. Let's give him 3 hostile 9s. He can play this game. Steal Jim's Dominari. That's painful. No Dominari for Jim. Dark Boss to Main Street. Could be worth an extra 25. Trigger playing that in 3 would cap in 5. A little bit of Dragon Smoke. And Elmo to the Watchtower. All right, Dragon Smoke. I would light that one back up. Jim says it hits. Let's give them Watchtower number 5. And a 4th Elmo. Luna Lamp, Steal the Dominari, Dark Boss, Dragon Smoke, Rage, Elmo, all good, all within the timer. Let's kick it over to Gemstone, 20-second timer for you, Jim. We got Jim, Justice, and Sky, next 3 to go. Timer's up. Beat the timer. Jim going to move over to their DZ. It's close. Right there. Mirror Smoke. Main Street Boss. Has not resolved. But it is there. Gonna Gronk. Main Street Boss. Trigger, your boss is sitting at 50%. Tough place to be against this team. And Ron. S8 standard ammo whammo with a bullseye. Gold Psycho from Cat. First Psycho of the game. The gold from the Gold Psycho will break Jim's seal. Boss on Main Street, 50%. Next attack on it cannot be prevented is the key word there. And it does have a bullseye. All right. Let's go from Gemstone over to Justice. 20 seconds. Justice Boss is going to cap. And Jim's Boss cap too. I'll get to that in a second once I get this move in. Justice will be flag number 2. And Arc will be flag number 1. Timer's up. Justice beat the timer. I'll let you guys read, decide what you're going to do. And let's cap both of these. And it's 110 points in Kangs for Team Arc. Arc getting 110 in Kangs and capping a flag. And again, flags are 2-1. Binds the Skylight. Skull to Skylight. S6 Wedding Crasher loaded to the wall with boom. And it hits. All right, binds. Going to hit Skylight. Does not have gear absorption. So she's taking 10. Scold. Going to take 10 as well. Has the current gear. Skylight sitting at 80. Good gear, but not the old abilities like absorption. Scold is going to light Watchtower number 6. And because we light number 6, we're going to go ahead and reset it. Justice going to get a second absorption from Scold. And S6 Wedding Crasher to the wall with Boom. All right, this wall is nerfed and tigressed. That's why he said, I'm probably just going to throw the Wedding Crasher. Also, he's in the tank, so he's getting an E3, but he has a -4 hinder. So that's going to give him a net of -1, which is an S5 Wedding Crasher to the wall. It is going to break the absorption, but it's going to nerf it. It is going to hit the Tigress, but it's going to nerf it a second time. Double nerfs, S5. Justice barely taking out a black block. And that's with his mass destruction. So that was super nerf there. When you get it twice. All right, mass destruction got you the block. All right, we are going to go from, and Skylight has vines, so let me put vines over there. And before I get too far into it, Julia lost her seal. Julia lost her pet repel. Ron lost his pet repel. And Jim lost her pet repel because she was in the O-zone. All right, so none of those players have seals or pet repels because they were either in the DZ or the O-zone. And Trigger started out at 90 because she started out in the bomber zone. All right, so we should be called up, everybody. Skylight, you're up. You got a 20-second timer. Gonna beat the timer. Sky, Mask of Malice, Ron. Sorry, Ron. Old tricks got turned around on you. Ron is a warrior. Welcome to the Warrior Club. Summon boss to Main Street. Got a Main Street battle going on. Gonna play Heal and Seal. Get rid of those vines. S8 Wedding Crasher loaded. Boss on Main Street. Ron, cannot be prevented. Is there anything you'd like to say or do? Justice going to use Horus. All right, cannot be prevented, but can be stopped before it gets into the mirror smoke. Justice using the legendary stops the grenade. Mirror smoke stays and the bullseye stays because it has not been hit. Ron's a warrior, summon boss, heal and seal, Wedding Crasher, and they do get the mass destruction. All right, let's go from Skylight over to Cat. 20-second timer, Cat from the tank zone. Timer's up. See if Cat beats the timer. Does not beat the timer. We'll start a 10% nerf timer. First miss of the night. She doesn't want to have her attack nerfed. Hopefully she doesn't get a second miss. Timer's up. Does beat the second one. Move to the bomber zone. Boss to their chest. All right, Cat rotating around over here beside Trigger. Boss to their chest is going to be played in round 3 with Cap in 5. F4 Elmo to the Watchtower Gemstone. She says it hits. That's Watchtower number 7. All right, Cat gets her move in. Let's go over to Valar. Valar, go. See if Valar stays fast. Valar trying to get that Speed Demon award. Timer is up. Let's see if Valar beats it. Beats the timer. Boss to their chest. Valar playing boss in 3 with Cap in 5. Two bosses in play and one contest. A stack Mirror Smoke on Main Street. May or may not resolve. Gonna steal Ron's boss. Ron's a target. No boss for Ron. S8 Monster, boom. Oh, Ron. Valar bringing the boom. S8 Monster, gonna boom it, and Ron says it hits. And it has bullseye. Gonna take Trigger's boss from 50%. The Trigger has good gear. Mass destruction on top of it. Trigger had taken you all the way down with the mass destruction, the monster, and the boom. %. Trigger's boss is at 8%. And one Mirror Smoke goes away, and another one is there. Ooh. Valar adding an Intaglio and killing the boss. Nasty move, Valar. Nasty. That's not legal. Valar, ruffled feather time. Well, there's no Mirror Smoke now because there's no target. Valar getting a ruffled feather. Julia with the Chromica. All right, boss to their chest, Mirror Smoke, steal Ron's boss. Goes S8 boom to Main Street, doesn't get the kill. Realizes they're going to let it hit, adds the Intaglio, bumps it up, and finishes the job with the extra rage. Sneaky Valar. All right, Ron. 20-second timer. Arc trying to take control of Main Street. Remember, VOX got out of the gate 500 points early. Now Arc's trying to make a run. Bullseye is going as well. Beats the timer. All right, Ron is going to use his Cyborg on Valar and Sky. Move them out. Pilar loses her tank. Mythic Stasis on Julia. Oh, y'all done made Ron mad. He's doing all this creative stuff now. Elmo to the Watchtower and hinder Jim. All right, VOX making Watchtower moves. Watchtower number 8. One taking Main Street, one with Kangs and Watchtowers. Keep an eye on this game. Looking pretty good right now. Cyborg. Going to turn Sky into a warrior. Stasis to Julia. E3 Elmo to the Watchtower. So Sky is no longer a priest. And Julia and Stasis, final move of round number 3. 20-second timer for you. Beats the timer. Julia and Stasis are moving to the tank zone. One second. Julia, how can you summon Gold Vessel when you already summoned Mythic Vessel? I'm confused by that move. All right, Gold Primus. Ron, Gold Primus, because she already played Vessel. F5 St. Elmo. Does it still hit? All right, adding the harness effect, extra grenade damage, and disperse. F5 St. Elmo. So, not hitting a black block. Let's give him the 10 points. I think everybody gave up on the snowstorm battle. But we finally do get to see a little bit of wall damage. Now, she has Rage already because the Vessel is on the Rover. But she does have Hinder, which is a -4. So, 5. With the Thrill, makes it a 6. We'll lower it down to an E2. Give her the bonus from the Disperse. And also from the Primus and also the Mass Destruction. No other nerfs, but a couple boosts. So it is an enraged Elmo. Black block, green block. 2 blocks for Team Arc. Slow sailing, everybody. That is the end of round number 3. Into round number 3. Gemstone dimming the Dragonstone over by Ron. Going to give Ron a 3rd Halo. Give Jim a Halo as well. DZ is 0-0. Jim neutralized it. Ron had it. And that's nobody capped it. Strawman 0-0. And Temple, looks like Justice. And that's it. So let's give one blessing to Team VOX, no blessings to Team ARC. All right, we're going to go to round number 4, final round before halftime. Players, keep playing fast. Captains, you're doing a great job too. I'll start it out with Trigger, 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Trigger's going to move into the temple. It's available. We go Mythic Kang to Ron's boss. Ron does not have a boss. Cat does. So Mythic Kang is going to go to Cat's boss. I'm going to drop a seal. And E3 Elmo to the Watchtower. And that is going to light the final Watchtower for Team VOX. All 9 Watchtowers lit up. I'll just put it there so you guys know it's lit. And I'll go over to the other side. There's a Watcher still there. And Arc has 3. So I'm going to put that up there, and then we'll reset it just to let you guys know where they're at. Temple Kang, Elmo, and a seal. All good for Trigger. Jim, your final move of the first half, 20 seconds. Timer's up. See if Jim beats it. Did not beat the timer. We'll start a 10% nerf timer. Nerf timer is up. Let's see if she beats that. If not, we got to go to a... She does beat that, so no nerf. She's going to move to their tank zone. Going to go Gold Gideon and an S6 Elmo to the Watchtower. See if Ron lets it hit. Gonna light up flame number 4. Team Arc. VOX can hit no more Watchtowers. And she does get the Elmo. All right, let's go from Gemstone over to Justice. 20-second timer. Timer's up. See if he beats it. Does beat the timer. It's going to go with Icky and Dragon Smoke. Dragon Smoke is going to light this one back up. Looks like we're in store for Dragon Storm. M7 Goliath loaded to the wall with Disperse. Justice has a -4 hinder, but he is in the tank. So it gives him a net he's +4 from the tanks, round 4, and a -4. So this is an M7 Goliath loaded. So he'll get the full effect of this with Disperse. Disperse does not add any value because Goliath is not a specialty grenade. So Justice can use Disperse later in the game, but Goliath is not specialty. Gold blue from Julia. All right, so I'm going to start with the gold blue, first blue of the game for Arc. And that gold is going to break one of his 2 absorptions. And he's going Icky. So Icky, we're going to go through the motions here. Valar is going to lose a absorption. Julia is going to lose a seal. Skylight going to lose a seal. And Jim going to take 2% damage. I got Jim still at 98. All right, let's go from Justice over to Ron had played Fly, which means Sky and Valar cannot move because they moved last round, so they lose their movement this round. All right, Sky going to play Kang. To Main Street Boss. Kang could be worth 45. If you're asking if you're in range of the wall, you are. All right, Kang to the boss, Seal and Thrill. You can't warrior charge because you're there. But H9 monster loaded to the wall with Loom is a 9-10. And Ron says it hits. I'm going to ask Ron again then. You can't warrior charge because you can't move. Ron, she's going to add Bloodlust to it. And remember, she's got a -4. So it's going to be a 9, 10, 13. We're going to make it a true H9 with Loom. So you got an H9 monster with Loom and Mass Destruction. So you want to confirm it again? Does hit. Going to be a big hit. Green block. Blue block. Blue block. 25% of a blue block. 75 blue remaining for Team Arc. All right, let's go from Skylight over to Cat. 20-second timer. Yeah, I can't challenge that at this point in the game. I'd have to go back through about 4 moves. So it's too late to challenge that. Cat moving to the DZ. Mythic Gideon, Heal and Seal. Sure, he has a seal, so I'm not going to double stack the seal. Inferno to Strawman. Inferno's going to like Strawman number 1. That will break the seal. And then the Heal and Seal would be a Lingering Smoke. All right, DZ, Mythic Gideon is going to be a -28 for Arc. And let's go over to Valar. 20-second timer for Valar. Beats the timer. Valar's going to play Mythic Kang. Her boss could be worth 63. Binds to trigger. Deity Ring to Ron and an S6 monster. You cannot hinder Justice. He's already -4. But you did pick the hinder. So you need to pick me a new target to hinder. All right, and I need to see. And Ron is correct. Ron cannot be targeted by Deity Ring because he's already got a rule of Lingering Legends, which means he cannot be hit with a permanent the rest of the way. The problem is there is not a valid target that can be played on. Because the condition is it has to be a seal and a pet repel, and both of those things have to hit, and everybody else has at least one condition on them. Except well, it's the legend first. So you do not have a valid target. So Valar, no legend, or is there another legend you'd like to play, or would you like to save your legend? All right, she's going to save it. So, Ron, S6 Monster, and Valar goes hinder on trigger. So does it hit? All right, so Valar is also no longer in the tank, so you don't have to worry about that. She does not have any debuffs on her. 6 monster with mass destruction. 75 blue. Takes out the rest of the blue. Takes out a red. And because it was an S6, it had nothing else on it, including your mass destruction. 10% of a red block. You got 90 red remaining. So we got Arc with 2.9 red blocks. We got VOX with a whole lot of blocks and a whole lot of nerfs still on their wall. 1 charge of Tigress and another absorption over there. All right, we go from Valar over to Ron, and then we got Julia. Ron, 20-second timer. 2 more moves, everybody, and we get to halftime. Ron's going to beat the timer. He's going to DZ portal. Thrill and Seal. Dune to Strawman. Inferno to Strawman. And Render Julia. Julia, sacrifice a scoring pet for me. Dune's going to like Strawman number 3. Inferno's going to, I'm sorry, Strawman number 2. Inferno's going to like number 3. Ron's going to take 10 from the Strawman, and then he'll get a seal next round when it resolves. Julia's sacrificing Cinco. All right, Julia, bring us to halftime. Final move of the first half, 20-second timer. She beats the timer. Going to go red sender for points. Give her 22. She's going to move to the rover zone. Heal and seal. M7 Goliath loaded with Rampage, Ron. She does have a -4. But she does have Vessel. So we're going to give her an S3. Vessel, make it S4. Going to add Rampage, make it S5 with Mass Destruction. And it is a Goliath. It's not getting 2.9 red walls down, but it's going to still be a big hit. Takes down to 0.9. Takes down a red block. And takes down 30% of a red block after Mass Destruction. 70 red remaining. Julia close on the red bar, but not quite enough to get the job done. All right, that is the end of the first half. Captains, give me your round 5 subs. Let's see what we got coming in, everybody. It's going to get exciting here in a second because we're going to unlock some Century Awards. Get a blessing. Ron getting a 4th Halo. Dow coming in for Sky. Dow in the DZ. Sheila coming in the Ozone. One of the top Ozone players in the game. Both teams did unlock their sentry guns. We put those up top there. Strawman, we got 15 points for VOX, 0 for ARC. And I moved two avatars. You guys do me a favor real quick. Ron, did you guys have both? You had both DZ zones, right? Avalanche? I don't think they had anybody in either DZ. All right, cool. Okay. 75 points for VOX, 0 for ARC, and it was an avalanche effect, which means all these players, Julia, Valar, everybody loses their seals. Julia loses the stasis because it's passive pet, so it goes away. You don't have to worry about that. Loses your rover. Justice loses his tank. Jim back in the bomber. Julia in the rover. Valar in the tank. Let's put Ron back over on his side of the map. We got Crimson Tide Priestess coming in for Trigger, making her VOX debut, ladies and gentlemen. Put her over here in the bomber zone. Justice going back to his tank zone. Cat losing her rover. And who we got going to the ozone? Dr. Dye going to the ozone. All right, so it looks like we got all positions are filled. We will start out shortly, but I got Crimson, Jim, Justice, Dow, Cat, Valar, Ron, Julia, Dr. Dye, and the Shaman. Bosses that potentially could cap this turn. Skylight could cap Main Street as the second player. Cat would cap their flag. And Valar would cap her flag. Those are the three potential flag caps this turn. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's have some fun. We got 3 more rounds. Crimson Tide Priestess, 20-second timer for you. I swear I heard a rumor. I just heard could be a dance video with Crimson and Ron. I just repeat the news. I don't write the news. All right, Crimson Tide beats the timer. Moving to the temple. Going to put Ward on Dr. Dye. Dropping a seal. And a BAG grenade. Monster loaded to the wall with mass destruction. Jim says, wait. M7 monster, and that's 12 charges of MD on it. Tim's loving it. Love the cheering section tonight. And certainly welcome. See Cardinal Chad. We're going to use a thick blue. Jim, that's certainly a squaw blue. Man, that blue was thick. Yeah. What color blue? I'm assuming it's mythic blue if it's from Dow. It's mythic blue, y'all. All right, mythic blue and crimson does have gear absorption. So her gear is going to absorb the first 20. And it's a mythic, so she'll take 10. And she had suffocation, so I got crimson coming out at 80% out of the gates. Let's kick it over to Gemstone. 20-second timer for Jim. Beats the timer. Jim is going to move over to their rover zone. Max seal for Sheila. Going to put a ward on Dow. F4 Elmo to the watchtower. Going to put a hinder on Crimson. We'll put Crimson at -2. See how Ron feels about the watchtower shot. Elmo. It hits. So we got watchtower number 5 for Team Arc. Super close competitive game. Moving to the rover. Max seal Sheila, ward, and a Elmo. All good. Let's go over to Justice from the tank zone. 20 seconds, Justice. I'm gonna get me a cheering section like VOX has. I just need a group. You know, I come out and stream. It's like, good call, Kills. Good round. You didn't get challenged. You know, just something, right? Like I'll get kind of my own little. I mean, I got my cats. I think they do that. All right, Thraxis. Justice, is that Thraxis going to be on you next round? And you cannot stasis Dow because Dow has ward. So you do have to play stasis on another target. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Timothy. My man. It's like, go Kills. Go little Kills. We got it. All right, so Thraxis is good. Stasis cannot target Dow. You're going to have to target Jim, Julia, Sheila, or Valar. All right, Julia. Julia's like, I just got rid of a stasis. Don't give me another one. Got another one. Torment Jim. Max Spark to Julia. Slow her down. Man, Justin's got a lot of stuff in this move. S8 Goliath load to the wall with Barrage. All right. Dragon, which will buff him next round. Stasis cannot go to Dow, goes to Julia. He goes to the temple. Torment Smoke. Played on Jim. Spark played on Julia. S8 Goliath. And he's even playing an ability, which is Barrage. Now, the S8 Justice does have a -4. Hinder still. So that's going to be an S4. That's why Jim said I ain't even going to mess with it, because it's going to be an S4, and it's still got a Tigress on the wall. Tigress is now going to be going with this hit, but it is going to get the nerf across with the already S4. S3 adds the barrage, adds. When you say adds and mass, it becomes ass. Sorry, I'm never going to say squaw again. It's ass destruction. That's what we're talking about. Justice. All right, I'm getting off track here. Let me just get the damage for the wall. All right, after Tigress, green block, and 40% of a green block still. Very nice, Justice. You got 60 green remaining, though. Arc with a little bit of a wall cushion, but VOX scoring in different ways. It's a super, super close game in two different ways. Probably going to come down to which categories each team chose, in my opinion. All right, let's go from Justice over to Mr. Freeze. 20-second timer, but hold on, Mr. Freeze. I got to cap Skylight's boss first. And I'm going to put a 45-point Kang. Cap Main Street. And I think we are now 2 flags to 2 flags. All right, here we go. Thank you, Craven. That's what I'm talking. That's what I want. I want that. Nice call, Kills. You did good. You did good on that one. You made a new word called ass destruction. Dow, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Going to go Boston Main Street. All right, going to go Trio to Dr. Die. Dr. Die, you cannot play a Torment Smoke. You cannot play your T10 Potion. And you can't play Max Spark. None of those things. H7, Trixie to their boss and to Julius Stasis. And Dow is going to shatter that 70% of the wall. He's going to take it all the way down to 45%. 25% shatter. Father Ron, thank you, JJ. I'm liking this newfound cheering section. This is pretty cool. All right, Julia, your second stasis is dead. I can't promise you that I can put a third one on you. Ron's going to be like, you know what? We may win, we may not win, team, but as long as we can put 5 stasis on Julia tonight, it was a very successful battle. Next time, let's see if we can get 6. And Dow trying with the H7 Trixie to their boss. It yawns. Boss is like, what? It just, it was a flesh wound, man. All right, that's Cat's boss. 94% flesh wound. Okay, after Dow, Cat is going to cap the flesh wounded boss. We're going to cap also a Kang. And that is triggers, a 63-point Kang. All right, so let's cap Another Kang, and I've got bosses at VOX 3, Arc 2, currently 3-2. And I'm going to go to Cat. Cat, you got 20 seconds. After Cat, we got Valar, Ron, Julia, Dr. Dye, and Shaman. Timer's up. Did not beat the timer. Nerf timer incoming. Does beat the Nerf timer. Look at that. Gonna go. Julia gets a break. Gonna go stasis over to Valar. Welcome to the stasis party, Valar. Gonna put Torment on Dow. Second max spark on Julia. Julia, you're gonna be staying there this round. Julia cannot move. Stasis, Torment, max spark. Inferno grenade to the straw man. They're going to take a 25-point penalty for it hit, minus 25. But they're going to eclipse Valar. So that stasis fizzles. And the grenade to the straw man. Inferno is going to light up straw man number 4. Nice Spanish kills. Thank you, group. I've been working on my Espanol a little bit. All right, we've got stasis is eclipsed. Torment to Dow. Spark is good. And light up straw man number 4. And Cat, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of your seal because that's straw man. Let's go from Cat over to Valar. Now you can see why they bilingual. You know what? Maybe more than that. I speak Southern as well. Valar, will you stop? Stop it, Valar. That's the second time. Second time you put a move in before you got a timer. Calm down. Relax. Take a deep breath. All right. Let me cap the boss first. So before we do anything, I got to cap your boss, as a matter of fact. Show some respect to your own boss. All right. 63-point Kang cap. Bosses are now even. I never understood who Steven was, but he's always even. It's 3-3. Okay, now that we've capped it, look at that. Justice. I'm sorry. Justice is going to a temple. How about Sir Tim joining the green team? See what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about, my man. Welcome to the green team, buddy. All right, now let's get to justice in this temple. Sorry, Ron, we had to take care of some business because your team's buying memberships. All right, so Valar's going to move to the temple steps. And she knew the temple was occupied, so thank you for that, Valar. Ward to Sheila. Well done. Thraxis as well. So I got a Thraxis for Justice for +3, and I got a Thraxis for Valar in Dragonstorm. Deity Ring to Dr. Die. Valar, you just won't stop, will you? I do have, hold on. All right, so she does have Trio. And because that is a permanent sacrifice of items, she can't be targeted. So, do you want to pick another player and play that item that you were just unbelievably anxious to play? You played that as many times as Ron has people playing Stasis tonight. You want to do that, or you want to save your legendary? That's funny. That's actually a funny comment, Craig. I love it. That makes me laugh. Great way to keep the game level and fair. All right. Oh boy. Yeah, play a different legend. I mean, you can play a different legend or you can save your legend. Oh, what? Yeah, that's a rough one there. Okay. She can't target as she's playing a legendary. And that's one that we know. So Crimson cannot play a legendary unless she first sacrifices on her turn. %50 of her health. So at the start of Crimson's turn, she'd have to say, I'm sacrificing 50% of my health. Then she could use a legendary. All right, so back to Valar's never-ending move from hell. She moved to the temple steps. She played Ward. She played Thraxis. She played Seal and Thrill. M7 Lithium with Disperse. Ron, let me know what you want to do with that. So she's going to play Hecatomb on Crimson. And Valar trying to finish off the wall. Ron, I think it still hits, but just let me know. All right, thank you. I know he typed it earlier. I just want to confirm. Okay, so we got all that taken care of. Now, we're going to take this final red block out of play. Valar with a gold bar. Congratulations. It sounded good, too. Valar with a gold bar. Great rhyme, Kills. Thank you. Sometimes I do that as well. Not just keeping the game simple and fair. I'm here for your entertainment as well. We've got gold block going up to Villar right there, and first wall of the night. Arc showing a little bit of diversity in their game plan tonight. All right, let's go from Villar, which her move actually took like 7 minutes, over to Father Ron, who never takes 7 minutes to do any. No, sorry. That was a bad. Ron, 7, go. Look at that. Speedy Priest. I'm going to put out this flame because it was a lithium, by the way. There you go. I'm going to move it temporarily. Ron's going to light one up. Going to throw some Torment over to Julia. Inferno Strawman and Mind Flay, Dal. You get no mass destruction, Dal. All right, Roxy, we're going to light up number 4. Inferno, we're going to light up number 5. Ron, I got a little kickback here, so I'm going to have to get rid of that seal that you had. And super fast move. Let's go over to Julia. Julia, you got 20 seconds. I'm promising you guys right now, this is going to be an Arc, VOX, nail biter. That's how close this game feels right now. Julia beats the timer. Cube of Clarity. So Ron, with Cube of Clarity, none of her attacks can be stopped with player preventions this half of the game. So she's going to Unholy the Torment. Sirs to get rid of the buff. You can do that for sure. All right, smart move. Using the Mythic Dark Blue. All right, Julia with the Cube of Clarity. Going to summon Sirs to get rid of those debuffs. No Torment. And an S8 Snowstorm with Echo. Give 1 point down to Sheila. And Crimson go with the Mythic Dark Blue. Final blue of the game for Team VOX. And because it is a dark blue, number 1 is a Mythic. So it is going to hit Julia for 30%. Going to take her down to 70. And the Mythic Dark Blue is also going to nerf their next grenade attack by 25%. All right, let's go from Julia. You're now free to move about the country. You are no longer max sparked. To Dr. Die in the Ozone. 20-second timer for the Doctor. Got the Doctor, and then we got Shaman. Julia going to use Absorption ability, which will keep her at 90%. Timer is up. Let's see if Dr. Die can beat it. Just a quick reminder to all of you guys while I'm working on Dr. Die's move. We will have trivia tomorrow night. Don't forget. Tune in. Have a good time. And remember, doesn't matter who's playing. The player named Google always comes in first place. She's going to get in the turret. There she is. Going to play boss to their chest. Dr. Die playing boss in 5 with cap in 7. Seal and absorption. There's the seal. There's the absorption potion. Inferno to Strawman, and that is Strawman number 6. They are the first to 6 Strawman, which means there is no way that Ark could accomplish the mission even if they wanted to. So, Dr. Die getting the Torch 6 award, 50 points. VOX ensuring that they get the mission bonus, another 50 points for the mission and the torch. Falls to chest, seal, absorb, and a couple of finishing touches there. All right, not to be outdone, the great Shaman Sheila, 20-second Shaman starting now. Beats the timer, Sheila. A summon boss over to the other chest. Sheila playing boss in 5, cap in 7. She's going to jump in the turret. I got you. Banish Wand Dow. Banish Wand is going to be the one. It means he cannot be lifted or knocked back this round. And it is going to be a Nirvana Wand. A Torment Justice. Probably not a bad person to torment, to be honest. And Ron. S8 Snowstorm loaded to the wall. Ark really trying to make it a little cold up in the VOX Vatican. Trying to bring the Ark Alps with them. Justice not a fan of the Torment, by the way. Ron says, wait. He's got something lined up. All right, Ron, what do we have? If you know it, you can type it. Crimson with the prevention. All right, the Priestess stopping the Shaman from getting the big wall hit and the Snowstorm, which we know how important the Snowstorm is. Boss is good, turret's good, and that is the end of round number 5, everybody. What a game. What an awesome game, and it is close. So at the end of round number 5, I got Dow getting a halo. I got Ron getting another, taking complete control of the DZ. The defensive zone is 25-25. Strawman, we got 6 Strawman lit up. VOX, been a while since we've 100 points in Strawman this round. Let's give a blessing. Justice and Crimson. All right, and Gemstone. Taking down all 5 zones. Gem getting the siege bonus. Getting the siege for Gemstone. Taking down all of those different areas. All right, looks like we got all the math done. We're going to go to round number 6. And we got Dragonstorm. Now, because Dragonstorm was unlocked, we also will have a Stealth Bomber unlocked for Team VOX in the final round. Dragonstorm, we're going to roll the dice. And I'm going to roll a 4-sider, and this is the added rage this round to all attacks. It is a 1. All right, not a huge boost, but all players will get Enrage 1 bonus to their attacks in round 6 because it's Dragonstorm. Let's start this thing off with Crimson Tide. 20-second timer. Crimson Tide going Mythic Kang. Mythic Kang could be worth 63. Pet Repel. S6 monster loaded to the wall with Echo. Going to send a point down to Justice. And add the Dragonstorm to it. Going to be an S7. Shaman Sheila says, nope. S7 monsters a little too much. Don't want to deal with that. Understandable. Gemstone, we're going to switch it over to you. You got 20 seconds. Timer's up. Gem did not beat the timer. We'll start a 10% nerf timer. Does beat the second timer. 1 second. Anthrax Wand is not a legal play. It removes a target seal or pet repel only. So, Ron, you've got a Orcus to a straw man and no S6. So, Jim, type no S6 for the inventory team. And Ron, you got a snowstorm going to the wall. E1 snowstorm with disperse. Ron, who has the evoke? Dr. Dye? All right, so they're going to single evoke it. And question is there going to be enough damage to take down a black block? First thing I'm going to do is get the Orcus, and we're going to put out straw man number 6. That's an easy play. All right, now we got the business of the grenade to get to. Because of the torment smoke, she only gets the bonus of the Dragon Storm. Now, nope, there was no carryover, so there was no echo. So S1 Snowstorm with Disperse is going to boost that up, and the Mass Destruction. It's going to be slightly higher than a monster grenade. Then it's going to get evoked down to an E5 blue. I'm sorry. An E.5. Half an enrage blue grenade spruce. $65 of a black block. You got 35% of the black block remaining. That's after the mass destruction. So Snowstorm, no effect because of the nerf. And Chromica from Crimson, give VOX plus 10. All right, we go from Gemstone over to Justice, who's also tormented. Justice, 20-second timer. Justice has a -4, but he has a +4 because of his dragon and because of the echo. So he's even money. So he gets a +1 from the Dragon Storm net. Beats the timer. Going to play Red Nolan. Remove his torment because he won't have it after this round. Going to go Seal and Thrill. May or may not need it. Monster loaded to the wall with Loom. All right, so we're going to have a gem. It's going to be an E2 monster. That's after his dragons. That's after his buffs. That's after his hinder. It hits. Probably a good one to let hit, even though it's a strong grenade with Loom. It's weak in rage. It's an E2, monster with Loom, and also the mass destruction. 60 green remaining. No nerfs on this wall at this point till you get to the bottom. Finished off the 60% of a green block. And I got you at 80% of the next blue block. 20 blue remaining. About a wall and a half there. Nice shot, considering the circumstances. All right, let's go from Justice over to Mr. Freeze, who's also tormented. 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Yeah, she didn't get any in rage, Diana. She only got the Dragon Storm. Yep. Mythic Kang to his boss is what he's saying. All right, Dow playing Mythic Kang could be worth 63. Cosmic Violet to Justice Nolan, put Torment on Ron. Playing a Psycho. Vox no longer has Psychos or Blues. He was going to try to obliterate that Nolan with a Cosmic Violet. Red Psycho. Dow going to absorb it. Takes no damage from it. Dow's no longer tormented. We got Cat, then Valar. Cat, 20-second timer. I mean, we all got our reasons. Timer's up for Cat. See if she beats the timer. Beats the timer. Cat is going to Kamiri to the Ozone. Ion Dow from the DZ. Ouch. Dow, you haven't been Ioned in a while, have you? There you go. Gonna move you. Now, remember, Ion doesn't stick you, it just moves you. So Dow is moved to the no zone. We'll play Gold Nolan. Yeah, you can be Gold Sparked 100 times if you want. And you can be Blue Sparked multiple times too. Miri to the Ozone. Ion Dow from the DZ. Gold Nolan. Seal and Thrill. Gold Spark Valar. And Monster with Loom loaded to the wall. It's going to be the equivalent of an E2. Monster with Loom loaded to the wall. Going to take down the rest of the blue block. And going to take down the next blue block. VOX chipping away at the walls, making it a game here. Full blue remaining. That's actually a good challenge because the Banished Wand does state for 1 round. It doesn't state for that round. So Dow cannot be ioned. He cannot be lifted or moved until Sheila's turn. That would be 1 complete round. So Kat, you have to ion someone else because there are legal targets. All right, I'm going to ion Sheila out of her turret. Put Sheila down here at the foot of the DZ. All right, after Cat, let's go over to Valar. Valar, your move. 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Thank you, Valar, for waiting for the timer to post this time. Going to blitz Justice Nolan, Ron. Going to torment Dr. Die. Going to blue spark herself. S8 Elmo to the wall. Going to haunt Dr. Die for damage. And remember, the haunt is a gear ability now, not on any gear, so it is less. So Ron, S8 Elmo, and I will tell you, Valar has a +3 and a Dragon Storm because of the Thraxus. So 11, 12. S12 for Valar. Biggest shot of the night attempt. Dr. Dye going to evoke and then take half of the half and send it back to her with her ability. Nice. All right, let's get rid of this Nolan. Nolan is gone. And Villar with the Elmo is good. Now we'll calculate the damage. 12. Cut it to 6. And the S6 will hit, but then half of that's pulled back to die. It's going to break her seal. So it's not a true 0.25%, but the first thing we do is we take the S12 down to an S6, take the Elmo, add the mass destruction to it, and I'm going to take it down to a Cataclysm Grenade. That damage, half of it will go to the wall, half of it will go to Dr. Dye. So it won't cut everything in half again. 35% of a black block. Total damage calculated, you get rid of the 35% black block. And in wall number 2, you take down a green block with the evoke and half of the total damage being redirected. Let's go from Villar over to Father Ron. Ron, 20 seconds for you. We got Ron, Julia, Dr. Dye, Sheila, and then we'll go into our speed round at the end. Ron is tormented. Beats the timer. Ron's going fallacy, build another straw man, because he likes them. Max Seal. Inferno. Ron's going to light straw man number 6. We got 7 on the board. And Echo going to send a point of rage down to Dr. Dye. She might need it. Fallacy, Max Seal. Inferno, straw man with Echo. All right, let's go from Ron over to the assassin, Julia Muse, 20 seconds. Julia beats the timer. Julia going to move over to the bomber zone. Mythic Kang to Dow's boss. Got another 63 on the board, potentially. H9 monster grenade to the wall with Loom. And it hits, and Julia has no hinder. She got rid of her hinder last round with Sirs. This is going to be the biggest grenade hit of the night. H9 with Loom. Ouch. Julia with a green block, blue block, and 50% of a blue block. Got 50 blue remaining. Arc with about a full wall lead at this point. Two more moves. We got Dr. Dye, who is tormented. 20 seconds for Dr. Dye. Dr. Die does not beat the timer. This is a nerf timer. 10% nerf potentially. Does beat the second timer. She's going to go Mythic Gideon. Give Arc a minus 28. Going to heal and seal it. Monster loaded with Loom. Jim is going to Judas it, Ron. Dr. Die has the E2 from the turret. So it's an E3 monster going over to the other wall with Loom. It hits, and that time the Torment helped a little bit for Team VOX. We're still getting some damage, though, with the Loom and the E3. %50 of a blue block. Red block. 30% of a red block. 2.7 remaining. And the final move of round number 6 before we bring our final 4 in. Shaman Sheila, 20-second timer for you. Sheila's going to Kimuri back and hop in the turret. Mythic Kang to Dow's boss. Could be 63. That is a good challenge. If she cannot get back in the turret to get the rage, she can Kimuri there, but cannot reestablish because you have to be in the zone. So she Kimuris to the O-zone for free. Mythic Kang to Dow's boss. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ron says wait. All right, Ron, give us what we're waiting on. Mythic Sonar, double Mythic Sonar. Now, there's going to be a 40% nerf with those 2 sonars. So let's see how much the Shaman's going to be able to do with this. I got H9. I got 10 for the Dragon Storm. 11, 12, 13, 14. We take it down to an S11. We take the S11 down to an S9. We take the Goliath from a Goliath down to a snowstorm, from a snowstorm down to a lithium level grenade. So we got an S9 lithium after the nerf. Double mythic sonar. You don't get the effect of the lithium. I'm just giving you the damage, which would be 240. It is 2.7. Sheila, take down a 7. Sheila, take down a block. Sheila, 50% of a red block. Not quite for the shaman. Half a block remaining. A valuable double mythic sonar from Father Ron. Save the wall. Mass destruction was added to the damage of the grenade, which is what made it like a lithium. If you guys are wondering, what about the mass destruction before you ask? This damage is added in. All right, that is the end of the round. At the end of the round, I got a Halo for Dow. I got another Halo for Father Ron controlling that DZ. I got a Ace Award for Dr. Dye. And let's get a Blessing. And how about Justice with the Golden Orb for Justice? Well done. Able to control the temple for 5 rounds. And I've got Cat with the Occupy. Congratulations. Cat has the temple, the tank, the bomber, the DZ, the rover, and the ozone. So, Cat with the Occupy, Justice with the gold orb, and I need the starters, everybody. Give me your final 4. At the end of the round, we got Team VOX with 100 points. In Strawman, DZ 25-25. Final 4 is going to be Crimson, Justice, Cat, and Ron. Over on the other side, Jim, Dal, Valar, and Julia. Going to be a nail biter, I'm telling y'all. We did also unlock the stealth bomber, so we got that to deal with. Who will fly it? Put it over here in the ozone. All right. Dr. Dye, great job tonight. Dr. Dye heading out. Shaman, great job tonight. Put the heat on him pretty good. Sure we got all our players on the map. All right, everybody, take a deep breath, have some fun. We got a few bosses that'll cap this round, and we got some scoring still to do. Potentially, Dow could cap. Sheila could cap. Dr. Dye could cap. Final move, Crimson Tide. 20-second timer. Crimson beats the timer. She's going to go Gideon. Let's give Arc a -20. H9, monster loaded, big grenade, big bomber. Crimson says wait immediately. Gold blue from Gemstone. Stopping the attack. Final blue of the game for Team Arc. Gold blue is going to break Crimson's seal. Let's go over to Gemstone. Gemstone, I'm going to give you a 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Gem is going to go Super Thrill, Arc Spark, Gold Blitz, Cats Nolan, Bloodlust, and M7 Monster with Loom. Ouch. And Ron's like, well, it's only going to take one block, though. All right, let's get rid of Cats Nolan. And I don't blame you, Ron. Ron's like, if there's a big grenade that's going to hit, it needs to be that one. Jim bringing out the firepower. Jim with a second gold bar for Team Arc and a brand new wall. 2 gold bars, and VOX is still trying to get that first wall down. I feel like the teams kind of switched places tonight. Wrong block. Let's rebuild it. Two blocks to 0. I told you guys it's going to be a close one way or another. This game is going to go down to the wire. Anybody's game to win. We got 6 more players yet to go. How about Justice from the Temple? Justice, 20 seconds. Timer's up. See if Justice beats the first timer. He does. Red blaze to Strawman. Gonna light up Strawman number 7. H9 monster loaded. 9, 10. I'm gonna go Spark Valar again. Ouch. Valar, gold sparked. Ouch. H9. 10, 11, 12. 13. Dow going to prevent it. All right. Big shot by Justice, a big prevention by Dow. The blaze gets through, the attack doesn't, the echo carries over. All right, Dow, right after that tank page 1. Before you go, I am going to cap your boss. Dow capping, giving Ark for the first time tonight a boss lead on the road. Doesn't happen often. And I'm going to give him 183 points in Kangs as well. I'm sorry, 189. 189 with 3 Mythic Kangs as well. Two different play styles tonight, but who knows which one is going to come out on top. Ark 4 flags to 3, 2 walls to 0. Well, 2 walls to 1.5. But VOX has scored in a lot of different ways tonight. Dow, you're up. Give you 20 seconds. Timer's up. Beats the timer. Gonna move in range. They call him Mr. Freeze for a reason. And there's the reason. Move in range. Gold Rage, H9. Blue Spark, Super Thrill, Snowstorm from a grenade launcher. Hi, Cat. Cat shuts it down. But, you know, he's got a way of getting the prevention to be played, right? I guess you looked at her funny. Sorry. I used his joke. Come on. Good job, Kills. Recycling old jokes. Great job. All right. I do that. He moves in range. Let's go from Dow over to Cat. 20-second timer for Cat. Timer's up. And all we have left, we got 4 moves remaining, everybody. Cat did not beat the time. She did beat the timer. Did beat the timer. Going fallacy to build another straw man. Going to go dust to Valar. Valar is gold sparked and dusted. And Inferno to straw man. Number 8. Jim, let me know if it hits. It does hit. All right, we're going to light it up. All right, after Cat. And so we got 2 more bosses will cap at the end of the game. So I'll get to those in a minute. Fallacy's good. Dust is good. Inferno to Strawman. And let's go over to Valar, who is Gold sparked and dusted. 20-second timer, Villar. Blackout wand, no DZ points. Smart. Mythic Gideon. Cannot play a blue spark. You've already played it, Villar. I'm pretty sure you played it last round. Yep. Yep, no blue spark. Super Thrill, H9, Snowstorm. 9, 10, 11, 12. Add the mass destruction, deduct the blue spark. Cuts her damage in half, but it does add the mass destruction. It's enough to take down a Snowstorm for sure. Black block. Green block. Double ignite. After everything's added, another 15%. You're at 85 green. We're down to the final 2 moves. Let's go over to Father Ron. Ron, you got a 20-second timer. All right, going Talon Cat to their DZ. Blackout 1 was played, so there are no DZ points. Ron is going to get in a Stealth Bomber. Ron getting a Top Gun award. 50 points for Ron. Dust to Julia. H9 Trixie to Jim and Kang. Ron, I feel like that's your Kang, right? I mean, unless you're killing Crimson's Kang, and I don't know about it. So let me give you guys the visual of this, okay? Ron gets in a stealth because he can. It's really cool to do that. And then he flies around the country like this. And he throws a Trixie, and he's trying to kill his own teammate's Kang. All right. So hits Jim, and Julia's gonna intervene the wall. Either way, it's gonna be stopped, right? So Ron gets the award. Satan trying to, it's like, dude, she's your new teammate, and you're already trying to kill her stuff. He had to get his last little Satan move in. All right. Way to take care of your teammate there on day number 1. Okay, he gets in, he gets the points, hits Jim, not going to be an issue, and then Julia intervenes the wall, no damage. All right, so we got one more move, everybody. Final move of the night is going to be Julia, who does now have Dust Smoke. Julia from the Bomber Zone, you got a 20-second timer, Julia. All right, Julia, to the O-Zone. Beats the timer. All right, Julia going E3 Gavel Grenade. Strongest grenade in the game. E3 from the launcher makes it a 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Julia with E10 Gavel Grenade with boom. And it is going to boom. Finishing off the green. Blue, blue, and blue. Not into the red, though. And that, we got Julia getting the O-Zone, which means she gets the Occupy on the final round. Let's cap a couple bosses. I'm going to give Ark boss number 5. Congratulations. Tough to do on the road. But you ain't the only person getting big points, because VOX switched it up and got some straw man. Five flags. And let's give Crimson a 63-point Kang. And let's also give them 4 flags. Flip the flag game on the road, but at what cost? And we've got 8 straw men, which we don't get that very often. $250 points. Maximum number you can get, 250. For VOX. And let's count some of these blessings. Got another blessing. So that looks like it's going to be 7 to 2. So we've got 5 blocks remaining. So that means VOX is going to finally get that first wall down. And then after we get the first wall down, they're going to drop 2 more. Over on the other side, we got 2 blessings. And it's going to be a couple more red blocks for Team Ark. Flags, Ark 5, VOX 4. Walls, Ark, 2 full walls, almost 3. VOX 1. but then a lot of straw men and a lot extra. No, it's not super close. You'd have to go all the way around. But you would lose the penalty of the spark because there was no legendary activation. So the potion, the super thrill would all go through. And the pet's not hitting anything. So it's a non-factor. All right, and the DZ was 0-0. All right, now the big news. Before we come up with the totals, great game. You guys want the good news or the bad news? Ark, you got no gold bars. They took them out. Let's give them back. No gold bar bonuses for Team Ark. Gemstone. And Julie, you're correct. They should have gotten a snowstorm roll, and I'm going to tell you why. The snowstorm would have hit. It's not going to be a huge problem for VOX. It's going to rebuild one green block. Because they didn't damage the wall, but it would count as an extra block. So, not a huge difference. But it would have frozen one of those blocks. It could have been a huge difference, but it wasn't. Gemstone, no siege points. They took out the siege. And Team Ark didn't really go for it, but there was no PCP DZ points. So the three items that were taken away by VOX, no gold bars, that hurt a little bit. No siege, that hurt a little bit. And no PCP DZ, but they did manage to get the Occupy, which is pretty big. Over on the other side, it was a little rougher. Because VOX did not go for the siege, and Ark was going to let them have it. Cat, no Occupy. They took out the Occupy. Justice, no golden orb. Ouch. That one hurts. And Ron, no PCP DZ. That's about 400 points right there. Ouch. Ark picked three pretty big categories. So that's what we're not adding to the total. And that, again, I don't know how the points are going to play out. We'll find out. All right, you guys congratulate each other for an amazing game. I'm going to calculate the totals, and we'll see how close of a game this is. Like I said, I think it's going to be really close once we factor out the PCP DZs. I'll be right back. All right, we have a winner tonight, and I told you guys this was a close one. This is one of the closest ones we've had in a long time. So I know it's going to be a nail biter. It was a great match. Teams went about different ways, and let me give you the total. So start out, Arc out of the gates a big way. Flags, flag game, but remember, you can win the flag games, but it doesn't count as much as it used to. 900 points for Arc, 750 points for VOX. 150 point advantage for Team Arc. Get to walls. Dominated tonight by Team Arc. 800 points to 305. So now you got Arc with about a 650 point lead with those two categories. But Strawman was a game changer middle of the game. They started building with fallacy. Probably not part of their plan, but a good improvision. You got a 250 in there, 100 and 100. In the second half alone, VOX 450 points in Strawman. That gave them a total 465 to 0. That cuts up some of that 600 point lead, right? Kangs, Arc with a slight advantage in Kangs, 407 to 378. Slight advantage to Arc. Siege and Occupy. Well, there was only really one Occupy, and that was Julia, 150 to 0. Now Arc's starting to pull away again, right? About a 300 point lead. But then you get to Watchtower. Watchtower, VOX right back in the game. 325 to 125. So now that Arc lead somewhere around 100, right? You get to DZ though. DZ, VOX 175, Arc 100. We got almost an even game here, ladies and gentlemen. Like it's within a few points. Timers. 290 to 290. Each team missed one timer. Mission bonus. 50-point mission bonus for Team VOX. Now Team VOX with a slight lead up to this point. Barely. PCP points. The gold bars taken out was huge, but Arc still managed to get a feather, a cannonball, and a tire. 75 points. But over on the other side, even though a few things were taken away, VOX, they did the mission bonus, right? But they also got the Top Gun. So you got a cannonball, a tire, a torch award, an ace award, and a Top Gun. They also knocked Sheila out of the turret. So overall, 175 points for VOX, 75 points. Now you got VOX with about a 100-point lead. Then we get to the extras. Extras are going to be Elmos. They're going to be your Gideons. They're going to be your Mythic Watchers, your Dark Bosses. So we add those totals together. Arc had a 25-point penalty. A couple Mythic Gideons played on them. A regular Gideon played on them. So you got negative 101 points right there. Then you add the positives of the Chromica, the Cinder, the Elmos, and the Dark Boss. To give them a net of only 16 points. But then you go to the other side, and you only had negative 52 in Gideons, but they managed to get 7 Elmos, a Mythic Watcher, a Dark Boss, and a Chromica, giving VOX a plus 73 in extras. VOX tonight, 2986. Sly, 2863. VOX with about 140 win on their home ground. And hell of a game by Team Arc. A scrappy game by Team VOX. Congratulations, Team VOX, winning slightly over 100 points. Crimson Tide's debut in Team VOX, helping them get the W. Ron putting together a great game plan. Team Arc with a great game plan as well. The PCP, though, that The PCP and the DZ was a big difference, but I think the straw man, VOX did a lot of really small, good stuff. I could give you several things. Knocking Sheila out of the turret, 450 points in straw man in 3 rounds. The mission, the Ace Award, the Torch Award, a lot of little extras added up. The main part of the game, Arc was very close, may had a slight lead. With the PCP and the extras, that's where VOX pulled it out. A very, very close game. I loved it. Hey, I mean, the league is very balanced. Winning on the road is extremely, extremely hard. And I'm going to tell you, Arc, you guys look good. VOX, you looked really good. Great, great job to all of you guys tonight. And hell of a game. And those of you watching, there are no PCP DZ. Both teams locked each other out, Julia. So, really quickly, win or lose, how do you guys like this format? Kind of the surprise format where you go out there and play and you're chugging along, you're getting your points, and it's like, oh, nope, we didn't get it. I really like this format. I mean, it's fun for me because I'm watching you guys play. It's just like oh, they're going there, and yeah, it's good stuff. The standings are Arc is about a half a game behind in percentage points. So currently, the current records is going to put Mira's 9-4, Arc is 8-4, so Arc's a half a game behind. VOX now 5-8, and Sly 3-9. So Mira's pulled a half a game ahead, and then the games next week are huge. Mira traveling to VOX, Arc traveling to Sly, and then we get Mira and Arc, big matchup coming up in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, this is one of my favorites. I like Red Wedding, but I really like these as well. Hey, everybody, thank you so much. I know it's been a crazy week, but things work out for the best. And, I want to say, again, glad to have Mist in Arc. I'm sure she's going to help out in the long haul. Crimson, congratulations on your debut and Team VOX. It looks like you guys had a lot of fun. You guys played loose tonight. Big shout out to Sly. You guys got Will the Bill, the legend, coming back. You got Deacon Dave, and hell of a job to Mir. You guys are the hottest team in the league. We didn't add anybody to Mir, but Mir's playing at a really, really high level. So I'm super excited about all 4 teams right now. This is as good as I've seen you guys and as hyped as I've been in a long time. So thank you. Tomorrow night, we will have trivia, and we got big inventory this weekend. So talk to you guys soon. Peace.